Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Got Whips podcast. It is Friday, March 21st. This is episode 107, and we are coming to you with another episode.
And enlightening.
um, so, as we've said multiple times, we are no longer just a knitting podcast. We do other crafts, and in this podcast, we show you what we've worked on. It's supposed to be every 2 weeks, but it doesn't happen that way. And so now it's been like 4 weeks, but we're going to show you what we worked on and talk about it. And yeah,
And thank you for all the new and returning viewers and being patient with us, as sometimes, like Heather said, it takes us 4 to 6 weeks to get back to you.
it's never taken us 6 weeks. Anyways, I am Heather because I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Heather. I am coming to you from Southern California. And yeah.
I am
All of
Nicci.
my links will be down below, and my stuff will be on the screen. Go ahead.
I am Nicci coming to you from central Wisconsin. As Heather just pointed out, all of our stuff will be right here. It'll also be down below for us. The only difference is that somehow my Goodreads account is gone. I can't sign into it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I have switched to Fable and I don't know how to put that stuff in yet. But when I do figure that out, I will put it down below.
Yeah, I've been on Fable for a minute, but I don't know how to enter those links. I might have to text them to you
Yeah.
so that
So
you
once
can.
we figure that out, we will put that on there. Because Heather's been listening to a lot or reading a lot,
Mhm.
as have I. So,
Yeah,
and if you have any suggestions for books, we're always open to hear them.
yeah.
At least I am. I listen to everything.
I listen to a lot of things. I read a lot of things. Um, we both are members of Kindle Unlimited.
Yep.
We both have the Libby app from our libraries. We both have Hoopla,
Yep.
which is also a thing from the library. Um, and I listen to a lot. I would say the season that I'm in right now is fantasy romance. I want to say because I've just finished the Fourth Wing series again. Right now I'm currently reading the Zodiac Academy series. Um, so it's magic and romance and it has some spice, but I'm not so like I'm okay with spice. If there's no spice, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Um, but I would say the season, excuse me, the season that I'm in right now is fantasy romance. But I will read pretty much anything. And actually, this is a good segue. I didn't even talk to Nicci about this before we
Oh,
started. So, but speaking of reading and things like that, this is a good segue to something that I wanted to propose. Yes. And like I said, Nicci has no idea.
I have no clue where we're going with this, and I just
Okay.
worked, guys.
So I want to propose something. Leave your comments in the comments section if it's something that you'd be willing to do. Nicci also, you can chime in and let me know if this is something they'd be willing to do. But I've been watching a lot of um I watch a lot of reading sprints. So was if for those of you that don't know what reading sprints are, it is kind of like a live show where there's a host and some friends, or I mainly watch them on Sarah's channel. Sarah is the I said this the other day, last episode, and I can't think of what her name is now.
I'll
Anyways,
insert here.
yeah, I can't think of what her name is now. Um, anyways, so she has a channel. She reads, she cross stitch, she knits. She used to be True Canuck Girl when she was just a knitting podcast. She's from Canada. Anyway, so on her channel every Monday she has reading sprints, and it's usually her and three or four friends, and they do a live show through a third party service that projects it onto YouTube. And all that they have is the 4 or 5 people that are in the meeting, and then there's a chat on the side. So they
Huh.
have to keep up with the chat. So I don't, that's not what I want to do. My thought process is that we open a Zoom, and because then we can interact with each other speaking, we don't have to,
Yeah.
you can use the chat if you want to, but there's also the ability to talk to each other. Um, so my idea was that we would have, to
Like
start
what?
off with, we could do like once a month. And we, so what we're doing, what the purpose of it is to read or listen and craft. Most of us would have to listen and craft. Um, and then we would set a timer for, let's say, 15-20 minutes. We read or listen for that long, and then we can discuss what we're talking about or what we're reading about. We don't have to be reading the same book. It's actually kind of nice if you're not, because then you have different things to talk about, and then you can enable people to read your book that you're reading or whatever. Um,
So they would listen like on mute for 15, 20 minutes and then come back and talk?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So like it's usually longer in reading sprints because all they're doing is putting it in the chat. Or like it's a nice way to say like, I'm trying to get through this book tonight. I want to read X amount of pages, or I want to listen X amount of chapters to try and chunk this away.
Yeah.
And that's why it's called a reading sprint, because you're sprinting to get it done. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's if you guys are interested in participating, leave your comments down below. It wouldn't be in place of a Zoom that we already have established. We would do just a separate night for those that aren't interested. Like if somebody that comes to our normal Zoom isn't interested in that, we
Right.
wouldn't force them to sit through that, or
Yeah.
cancel it so that they would be without a Zoom for that night. It would just be an added thing.
Nice.
So we would have to talk about it.
Yep.
Once we get people, once we hear feedback from people, if it's something that they want to do, we would just have to talk about it to figure out what day and time would work out for us.
Yep.
So yeah, I
All
don't know.
right.
It might be fun. It may not.
Right.
No
Because me and Heather tend to like go back and forth about books, and like one of us will start reading it after the other or vice versa.
Yeah,
Or
I
we
think
find it at the same time and don't know that we both found it.
right. We're both currently reading the same series,
Yeah.
but I'm a few books ahead of her.
Correct.
So, yeah, I mean, it's I thought it would be something fun that we could do to get some crafting time together, but also get some progress on our books.
Sounds good.
Anyways, back to the regular schedule.
And
I'm
as
serious. She had
we
no idea that I was going to talk about that. I was just thinking about it this morning.
as she mentioned, we do have other Zooms, so I will mention them again here.
Mhm.
They're always linked down below with the password, the room number, and the times. But it's every Sunday evening. All crafts are welcome from 6 to 8 Central Time. And then also on Wednesday, 6 to 8 Central Time. Sometimes they do get canceled due to somebody being sick or going to be out of town. I try to let everybody know a week ahead of time, unless it happens that day.
If
So,
if it's yeah.
so all right. Heather, have any finished objects?
No, I know you do.
Yes. I will first talk about the knitting one. The last time we were here, I was just about to or halfway through the decreases of my muscle bird. So it is done. It's off the needles. I have a weird clip in. I'll try to put it on. Oh, it's gonna get stuck. Nope.
Take your clip
This
off.
part right here is just sticking right into the hat.
Mhm.
So, but there it is. All Arkansas Yarn Co. yarn. I love it. Obviously, it got warm. Then it got cold. We had snow and ice this week, so I'll probably be wearing it next week. Because we're supposed to get more snow and ice on Sunday into Monday.
Mm.
And then I have a fully finished from cross stitch that you guys saw last time, and I dropped it off at the framers. Heather hasn't even got to see this yet.
Yeah.
So here is my cousin's wedding piece.
Oh, I love it.
So I went ahead and got the museum glass. We picked up that detailed frame.
That's so
I did
nice.
not put anything date-wise on the front of it, but I did purchase the library cards that
Mhm,
I'll stick back here.
mhm.
And then I did get this framed at Hobby Lobby. But I love it.
That's so cool. I like it. Good choice.
Thank you.
I think
So
that's great.
I will be giving this to her next Saturday. Um, I'll let Heather talk for a second while I put this back in the plastic because I don't want my dog's hair all over the glass.
I don't know what I'm going to talk about.
Ow, crap. Sorry for the crinkle, guys. Do you want to talk about knitting, seeing you have it right there in your hand?
Oh, I can. That's your FOs?
That's it.
Oh, I thought you had more than that.
No, you're so funny. So cute.
Okay, so knitting, all I have is what is this thing called? I
I
just,
always want to call it the anthology blanket. Is that what
that's
it?
what it's called.
Okay.
Anthology throw. Huh. Okay, so this is what I got. This is where I was last time.
Yeah,
So I got
those are
some.
some big rolls.
Yeah, I am currently at 576 stitches. In 4 rows, I'm going to have 1,152. So I've finished the purple. Purple stopped here, and now I'm into the gray. So I'm
Wow.
going to do another. I've just started the gray. It's like 2 rows of gray. The other night when I was on with Nicci, Tuesday night,
I think
Wednesday
so.
night, Wednesday night,
Yeah.
one of those. I don't know.
Not
Whether
Wednesday.
anymore,
I was sick Wednesday night. So I don't know. Maybe it was Tuesday.
maybe I don't know. What are days? I don't know. Um, I I knitted the last row of the purple. So I had to get my gray out. So I did that, and then now I've joined my gray, and I'm 2 rows into it. So now I'm going to do another one of these sections. I am going to increase, and then I'm going to start with the border. And I've decided for the border, since I have essentially 6 colors, and there's seven, like it's kind of like a chevron design on the border, and there's seven, like the way that they have it um charted out, I guess you could say, is you do the border 7 times.
Okay. Like a repeat of 4, 7 times or something.
It's 2 row repeat, so you do it 7 times.
Okay.
So I've decided that I'm going to do all 5 of my colors, but I'm going to do gray like the first one and the last one in gray because I'm going to do my I cord in gray.
Okay.
So if I have enough gray, there's a chance. So um that's the plan as it is right now.
Can't wait to see what it comes up. All right.
It's not.
So I've knit on 4 things.
Mhm.
One day I was bored and I was like, let's spin my Tiny Decisions app just to pull one of my knitting projects just to work on for a couple hours. So I pulled my Monday hat from Jody Brown. Last time you saw this, I was 2 rows in. So I got all the brim done. Went to switch to do, because it's got 2 fingering held double, which, so for DK. And then you switch to mohair. I never read fully the pattern. I just saw that I had enough in one skein of mohair to do what I needed to do. Thought maybe it was just going to be held double. No big deal. Come to find out, it's held triple. I didn't have that. So I had to order another skein of mohair. Well, I ordered 2 skeins and then I had the one so that I can hold it triple to finish this. So I can get back to work on this now. I'm loving how it's working up. I'm just using, in the fingering weight, I'm holding just a basic gray. And then I'm doing a mini from, oh my goodness, who was it called? Leading Man Fiber Arts, because I used to be part of their mini collection. And so I took one of those minis because that's all I'm supposed to need to hold with it. So it's just a gray tone with all kinds of different colors. So it's working up really, really nice.
Lovely.
So that is my first one. My second one that I worked on is my night and day cowl from the make along we started. Oh boy, it's all twisted. Okay. Last time you saw it, I was down here. And I've gotten all that done since then. So, yeah, it was right here and this row here, and then it shift over. So, it's worked out quite nice. I had been doing 8 rows a night, and then I fell off of that. I need to get back on schedule, at least doing it, every other day or so. But I have to show you these. I think I did last time too, but look at the stitch stoppers.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
They're so cute. I did go pick up another package now that, Joann's is going out of business. That's where I got those from. All right. Then I have 5. All right. So the knitting bug came back hard for me after being gone for
over the Nicci show.
Right. So I don't know where I was at last time I showed this, but I think it was like just after the sleeve separation. But here's the Christmas sweater that I started last year. And I got it all the way to the ribbing and bound off. So all I have now is the sleeves. And that is the flax pattern, which is free on Ravelry. And the cowl is the night and day cowl from Enmmomma. Then I pulled out my Dustlin by Stephen West. And last time you guys saw this, I was right here. So I got a couple good rows in. So that's where that is.
Is it a cowl or a shawl?
Shawl. The Dustlin shawl. So I made the hat. I made the socks. I made the mittens. Not all in the same colors, but over time I've made all those. So, and this yarn here is from Hobby Lobby, soft and sleek. And the magenta that got discontinued a couple years ago, colorway.
It was the same year that Ocean Wave got discontinued.
And did Irish Rain too?
No, that's still there.
Okay.
It was the fuchsia.
Which I was very sad about the fuchsia going.
Yeah, she loves the fuchsia. It was the fuchsia, the Ocean Wave, and I want to say it was the pumpkin.
And I like that one too. That was what I made my sweater out of. The Rift.
Yeah.
And lastly, but certainly not least, I forgot to move that marker up. Oh well. Is my Fanta Stitch. There's no good way for me to show this.
Mhm.
So that's where I was up here before. I'm in the border. We're getting all that done. If I could stick with doing 8 rows, or not 8 rows, 2 rows a day, I'd have this done in 21 days. But there's days that I get home and I just can't.
Mhm.
Because again, like the border of your blanket, this is chevron. So you have to go back and forth with how you do it.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Did you get it?
It was a piece of fuzz. And
Oh,
at first I thought it was a bug, and I was like, what
so
is
did
that?
I. So I was like,
I was like, it's too cold for a bug. That's what happens when you work with string all day too.
sure. Well, that's good. You're taking chunks out of two of your Stephen West collection. Good
Exactly.
job. Because
Thank you.
Nikki has a collection of Stephen West on the needles.
I do, and I have a even bigger list of patterns and yarns for more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying very hard not to start anything new unless it's for a specific gift for somebody, to try to get my whips under control for knitting, not for cross stitch. Not at all.
Her crafts don't follow the same rules.
They do not. They do not. So that moves us into cross stitch. And I'll let you go first because you have a decent amount. Well, I have an obscene amount.
I have one.
Like I said, a decent.
Okay, so I'm making no excuses. I don't know why I decided to pull this out, but I did. So I worked on my Christmas wreath.
Oh, wow.
And when I picked this up, because I don't have any before pictures, I didn't have this side of the bow completed. All I had was these four sections.
Yep.
So I completed this side and I put in I stitched in the stars
Yep.
or whatever these shapes are. And then I came down here and filled in some of these. And then I was like, well, I want to go this way. So I did this greenery here. And I did this candy cane. And I did this star. I think this is going to be an ornament or a cookie.
Okay.
But it's like, the only things that I've stitched is the blue. So I don't know if the white is going to be filled in with another color or if it's going to be white. So I don't know how many stitches I got done. A substantial amount because
Yeah.
this is substantial amount. And I don't know if you can see, but like I filled in all of the darker red. Like this is a
Wow.
darker red here. This is a
Right.
darker red here. It's not coming up on camera great, but
Yeah, it is.
oh, it is.
For me,
In
it is.
real life, it's more of a difference. It kind of shows the ruffles and the bends of the ribbon, and then this
Nice.
is part thread waiting for the middle part of the bow. So yeah, I had fun.
That's from Frosted Pumpkin.
It is from Fox, yes, and it's just the Christmas
Yeah.
wreath. There's no other name to it, I don't think. So yeah, I had fun. I don't know my stitch count, but it was fun. Oh, and you can't see, but down here is a inside the candy cane.
Oh,
You can kind of see it. It's a snowflake. You'll be able to
very
see it better once this because
green
it's
is
white
filled
on.
in.
But once the greenery is filled in, you'll be able to see it better. Um, yeah. So that's what I did. It was fun. Your turn.
Okay, we're gonna go with polls from last episode first. So I pulled 3 things to work on, and my goal is always to get 500 at least.
Yes.
So my first pull was the reindeer. So I got all that brown in. So before, I think I had just this and like a little bit of this. I do have a 4 picture I'll probably send over to Heather that she's put on. And I got 501 stitches on this before I moved away. This is a 12-pack of ornaments I bought off of Etsy, and they didn't have an actual name. But I can try to link it. Then my next pull was my Mickey Darth Vader off of Etsy. And this, oh no.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Mm-mm.
Why is that there? Oh boy, they got screwed up. The next pull was what? Funniest Snowman.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't Mickey.
All right, got it back in order, guys. Funny Snowman, I got 541 stitches on, and there he is in all his little glory. So I outlined the whole hat. Got a lot of work done in his face here. Outlined a lot of the stuff. So he is coming along
beautifully.
Just done on 14 count Aida, a blue that I picked up from Hobby Lobby before they discontinued it. And then lastly was the Trick or Treat, also off of Etsy. And I got 552 stitches in. And all the work was done in that tee. That's all the way down to here. And that's basically how wide it is.
How many stitches did you get?
On this one, I got 552. And this is just on a orange that I dyed myself. So that's about as wide as it is. And this is how vertical it should be.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. There we go. I was like, I can't think of the words right now at all. Let me just throw this back in this bag because I don't want to try to figure out. Oh, all right. Now we're on to my WhipGo pulls. So I have 2 WhipGo boards. One is previously started. One is a new start board. So we're going to go with the previously started. So that was Mickey Vader. And on WhipGo, I try to get 1,000 stitches on my old whips. So this one off Etsy, of course, is 1,044 stitches I got into him.
Good job.
And this is just on a pewter from Hobby Lobby that they clearanced out. My next one is Stitching with the Housewives, May month to month. And I got 1,178 stitches on this. And all the called for thread. So I think it is turning out quite lovely. So only difference is, of course, I'm not using black background, and I'm on 18 count instead of 14. So and lastly for the for the previous is my
previous
Welcome to North Pole. So here's what it's going to look like when it's all done. I got in a total of 1,011. And it was all in this second line. So that is the presents in the train. So again, this is on a coffee tea dye that I did myself, 18 count. So I'm loving it. And I have all kinds of parch threads everywhere just because. Again, I'm using all the called for that also, which is all pretty much Plastic Color Works in Weeks. All right. Then my new starts. Oh. Last night I started, even Heather doesn't know about this one. Gingerbread, what's it? Christmas on Gingerbread Lane.
Mhm.
So I'm using fabric flare and the called for DMCs. And I got 121 only so far. On my new starts, I try to get 500. But so I'll be still working. That's why this is the only one still in the hoop. I will be working on that this weekend. Then also part of the new starts was it's National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. And so I started a piece I got off Etsy that's just a quote. So I'm doing it page by page because when I loaded it into Markup RXP, if I try to do the whole thing up on the screen, it messes up. So I'm just doing page by page and then the colors. So this is on Be Stitch Me, and this was February's fabric of the month, and it is Frozen Lake 20 count.
Yep.
And I am loving the coverage with one strand. So, and lastly, but certainly not least, I started the duck stamp from Lindy Stitches. It was the August ring neck teal duck last year that I got because my husband loves teal ducks, loves duck hunting, but teal is one of his favorite to go hunting for. And so I got this nice start on it. And this is all on the all called for colors as well. And I got 557 on that. And the Christmas quote, I got 529 stitches on. So I think those are some good starts.
Yeah.
So Heather, did you find out anything that didn't work for you in the last couple of weeks? I'm going to be a brat right now.
You're gonna put me on blast. So I have decided that I'm going to go back to pulling projects out. I've decided that, well, it's proven fact over the last couple episodes. I mean, we had 4 weeks in between episodes, and I worked on one project, and in my opinion, yes,
Got
I'm not gonna
substantial amounts.
I'm not gonna sell myself short. Yes, I did get a substantial amount done. I got a substantial amount done in my knitting as well. And I can't do those things at the same time. Unfortunately, I don't have forearms. But
I feel like you'd tie yourself up.
right? But for me, in the 4 weeks, it wasn't enough. It's not enough progress to say that I had a successful 4 weeks.
I would think, I mean, if you want to keep focusing on, the blanket and let's say the Christmas wreath, only pull one thing. You know what I mean?
But I feel like the reason why I stopped working, because all of that work was literally done in probably a week.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I would come home from work, stitch while the kids were awake, while the family was awake and up. And then I was going in my room at night to read and knit. Because usually I will either listen to my book or read it. But anyway, so that's what I was doing. So I feel like the reason I didn't finish or I didn't continue to work on my Christmas wreath was because I was just done with it. I was over. Like
Yeah. Once you
I
put in so many stitches, you have to
yeah,
move on to something else.
right, exactly. So I want to I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my pulls, but I'm not going to set a stitch limit
Yeah. Don't.
because I feel like that's what was hanging me up was I was trying to force myself to get 500 stitches done, and if it didn't work out, then I wasn't like I wanted to get 500 stitches done on a project A first, then I was going to go to project B, and I wasn't doing that, so that I wasn't touching project B. Do you know what I'm
Got
saying?
it.
So I
And
don't.
I'll say that mine, I do like last time for my polls, I did 200 and then switched to the next project, did 200, whatever I got done that night. Let's put it that
Mhm,
way. One night I got like 115.
mhm,
And then the next day I'd pick up the next project and then
mhm,
and rotate between those three until I got to like what I wanted. Or I
mhm.
felt like I was just done. Like no more on those projects. I just don't want to look at them.
And that's a good idea too. What I was thinking I was going to do was do 1 week one project, 1 week another project,
Right.
because there are some nights when I'm working in the late shifts and I come home at 9:30 at night and I can't do anything. I mean, I
Right.
can realistically, but I don't because I'm tired. But usually on those days, I don't go until later. So in theory, I could work on it in the morning. Um, so I feel like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull my polls, and it's just gonna be however much I get done from Monday to Sunday counts as my progress.
Yeah.
However much, I'm gonna have it out from Monday to Sunday, and I'm gonna work on it in that time, and then I put it away and bring out the next project.
Sounds good.
But I'm still gonna be knitting on my blanket. My knitting project is going to be my blanket until it's done.
No.
I'm not bringing out anything else until it's done, which is good because I feel like I'm not getting tired of my knitting. The only thing that's the only thing that's suffering with my knitting is my hands. Because I do have slight arthritis in my hands. So when I've been working a lot, my hands hurt. When I'm knitting a lot, my hands hurt. Before I got on here, I hadn't knit all day, but before we started recording, I was talking to Nicci, and I hadn't knit all day, but because it's kind of chilly, it's 53 degrees, my hands hurt. I know 53 degrees is not chilly, but for
It's
us,
the same. No, it's the same temperature right now here.
it's kind of chilly, and
Yeah.
I was outside, so my hands hurt. Um, and I just did 5 days of working, so like those are the contributing factors to why I'm
And I
so.
would say even if like you don't want to stitch on that project, go ahead and pick up one of the other one or two that you pull.
Mhm,
Just you know what I mean?
mhm.
I wouldn't limit myself because that's what I was trying to do is limit myself. No, you have to do this one. And I found that didn't work. Like I stopped.
Yeah,
It just turned off.
yeah.
So
And I also have, I don't know what her creatively crafty. Do you
mhm.
know who that is?
I've heard of her. I think I
She's
do, but like I don't want to say I do.
Her name is Amanda, and right now she's doing a year-long stitch along. It's the theme this year is mermaids. So it's free and I signed up for it. And every month she sends you like little free
Oh, okay.
papers to kind of go along with it. There is a stitch counting challenge, a bingo board. So this is for March. I mean, it's almost over, but this is the stuff that she sent me for March. So like I was gonna use this. I'm not so focused on the goal of 5,000 stitches, but each one of these X's is in her game. Each one of these X's is 100 stitches.
Okay.
So I was just gonna color in an X. I don't have to do 100 stitches. I can do 10
Right.
stitches per X, whatever. So I have these two that I get every month because I'm part of her club.
Yeah. And I
I
do
was
kind of
just
the same thing in my journal. I have like monthly goals and then I write down like I do it by hundreds and then
mhm,
I highlight them as I get them done.
yeah.
So like
And
if I get
that's
121, I can keep those 21s for the next time to highlight it.
oh, I see. And that's I think what is kind of bad about Pattern Keeper as opposed to Markup XP is once the day is over, I can't go back and look at what how many stitches I got.
And I can go back
Yeah, you can. So
years.
like I like if I don't write it down that night for whatever reason, I can't go back the next day to look at what I
Oh, that
stitched.
would suck.
Yeah, it sucks. But
Mine keeps track even how many times I worked on the project.
no, mine doesn't do that either. Not that I can, not that I have found. If somebody knows how to do it on Pattern Keeper, please let me know. But as far as what I've been able to see, it doesn't.
Wow.
And it resets every night, every morning at 4 o'clock in the morning because I
I didn't know.
stitch late.
Go ahead.
So I'm usually like if we're on hanging out, I'll stitch past midnight. So I change it to reset at 4 a.m.
And that's what I did with markup RXP is
Mm-hmm.
I changed mine to 4 a.m. because like Heather said, if we're up on the weekends late talking to each other. And I also now found a thing on mine on markup RXP that I can set a goal and
Hmm.
like for a daily and I can
Hmm.
change it every time I go on. So I normally like on my 1,000 for whip go, I'll put 200.
Mm-hmm.
For the smaller ones, like I might put 100. What's nice is it counts right on the side of
Mm-hmm.
your board, and then when you hit it, a whole bunch of confetti goes off, so you know that you've at least hit your goal. And
Hmm.
for me, like I'm gonna very much check off the list, like you saw, like that instant gratification of seeing the confetti go across the street. I'm like, yes, I did something I was supposed to today. And I know that sounds really dumb for a 45-year-old to be saying, but it's what works for me.
Nikki is one of those people that will write something on the list just to cross it off, even if she's
Yes.
already done it. Even if it's make a list of to-dos, she'll write it on the list as she's making the list of to-dos and check it off.
She's not lying.
I've said to her, you already like, why are you writing that down? You already did it. Just so I can check it off. Okay. You do
Yeah,
you,
brush your
girl.
teeth. Check. Did
Check.
that.
Put
Like,
your
okay,
shoes
here's the
on.
fan
Check.
stitch. I have all the rows left that I have to do so that I can cross them off as I go. And I will just move this goal from March to April
Mhm.
because then I'm checking something off and I'm like, okay, I'm making progress. Because like Heather with the 500, I have 500 and some stitches on the border of that shawl too. That
Mhm.
to cross off that after 567 stitches, yes, it's a great
It
feeling,
feels
especially
good.
if I can do 4 rows in the day.
Yeah, it feels great.
But the
She knows
little
we love
tricks
her.
to trick our brains.
She knows we love her. We're just giving her a hard time.
Yep, I'm used to it. um, yeah, so I will find my phone now so we can do polls.
Actually, I have an acquisition, ma'am.
Okay, so do I, but I thought we were gonna do our polls.
Oh, well, I want to show this because it's pretty.
Okay.
So I am now part of the Bee Stitch Me Fabric of the Month Club. Nikki's already using her fabric. I am not. So I too got February's Frozen Lake 20 count Ada, and I have a quarter of a yard.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
And the modeling on that piece, like both of our pieces, is great. Yep.
It is a Frozen Lake. And we should be getting marches soon.
Yeah. That's why I got the mail before I came upstairs and it's not here yet.
Well, you would get yours before I get mine.
Yeah, I normally get mine a day or two ahead of you.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it beautiful? I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet. I was gonna stitch my whatever it's called, fairy tale, blah blah blah, but it's not big enough. So that's fine. I don't know how to do that. Actually, I should stitch my mer people on here.
You could.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, the color is great for it.
I haven't started that either.
And see, I just started using mine. I've been getting Be Stitch Me since last year this time. And I
No,
put
like
my fabric in a really good spot. And it's so good that I don't know where that spot is right now.
you started getting V Stitch Me in like June or July.
I thought I got it in April.
I don't think so. I think we were doing it like in the middle of the year.
Okay, well, I'm almost out of here.
Almost, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting V Stitch Me once a month. And I still get my Sweet Kawaii Designs planner stuff every month, but I don't show that to you guys because it's planner stuff and it's not craft related. So yeah, that's my acquisitions.
I will show my acquisitions after. I mean, I
Just
can.
do it now.
We'll do it. We'll do it. It's this huge pile.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, did you go to what's it called?
no.
Oh, then where did you
So
get
I got
that from?
Amazon. I picked up 4 of these, but this is just new wax threaders so that I could throw them in with um all my
Not
20
that good.
20 count Ada, or I did have some that were on linen now.
Mm.
And with one strand, my lengths when I fold them are fine. And if I don't remember to cut them in half again before I start going, there's lots of knots if I don't use this. And then another thing I got that I didn't tell Heather about, but I'm sure it popped up on your Instagram or Facebook just like it did on mine until it finally got me. There's the book lovers, the people we follow on TikTok and things like that. They had vinyl stickers free, just paid the shipping, which was $2. But like I got this one.
I did not see that.
Villains have my heart. These are going on my water cup.
Mm.
Bad word, but so true for me.
Mm-hmm.
And this one. So I like them.
They're cute.
I love vinyl stickers. And I have enough, Yeti cups to put them on.
Mm-hmm.
Then I did a D-stash. Was on the D-stash site on Facebook. So I just received this one today,
Oh, that's cute.
and it
I like
came with
this cute.
the buttons for the reindeer, and I picked this up for $2. Like, how could I not? Then I also got wee little Santa.
Oh, that's cute.
Ooh, as I throw things on the floor.
I'm sorry
Then
for children screaming in the background. The bus just got here. They're fine, I swear.
this one I got off of D-stash. And though the Lizzie Kate and these 3 primrose all came from the same D-stash. And like I said, she had them very, very well priced.
Oh, I like that.
And then from another one, this one I actually picked off of Facebook Marketplace. So there's another Lizzie Kate, and they sent me the linen.
Hmm.
And then another Facebook Marketplace, I got St. Nicholas 1 and 2.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and these are the original, with the heavy duty cardstock.
Uh-huh.
So I thought they were nice. I can't even show the back of them because they have patterns, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I like this one with the sailboat. I thought that was a cute finish.
That is cute, yeah.
Something unusual, let's put it that way. And then I got, sorry for the crinkle, guys, but I didn't want to use these until I showed them on here. I got these off of a D-stash, but she makes them and just puts them up on the D-stashes to sell.
Mm.
So I got this little medium-sized bag and this one.
That's cute.
So they're quilted, they're thick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks nice.
But those are just Facebook groups. So if you're not checking those out, I would.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody's on Etsy.
No.
Oh, and then I brought this over to show you. I have finally completed my entire master set of DMC.
I don't know how you sit with that on your lap.
It's between my legs on my recliner part.
Okay,
And
but still.
so what I do is I sit there with the lid off, obviously, unless I'm using colors out of this one. I
Mhm,
pull this one out
mhm.
and I work on it. And then when I'm done with that, I just stick it back in. It only becomes a problem when like I've drank 64 ounces of water and at work I never have to use the restroom. They're like, how do you go all day without going to I don't have to go. Well, you drink what? I do. And then I come home from work and I have to run to the restroom like 8 times in the first 2 hours I'm home from work because
And
now
see,
that I'm sitting still, the water's like, okay, come on, we have to go pee.
I'm the complete opposite. I have to
Really?
pee like I pee so much at work, and once I get home, I'm like, it's been like 2 hours since I went pee. It's so weird. I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm constantly running to the restroom when I'm at work.
I do have Nashville purchases. I have not picked them up yet. I'm going to get them tomorrow.
She's lazy. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's because there's a snowstorm and ice storm the day
Yeah.
that I took off an hour early from work to go up there to get them.
Hmm.
And then the bridges were so bad, I was like, no, this is a bad idea.
Yeah. We were on the phone, and I was like, "Are you going?" And she's like, "No, I can't even see what's in front of me." I was like, "Okay, please don't." She's like, "The bridges are bad." I was like, "Yeah, please don't." I don't want a dead best friend. Please don't.
And so instead of getting my nails done on Saturday, I canceled that appointment and changed it till next week in the middle of the week.
You still have time. It's still March.
I know.
But she's like, the holiday's over. It's time to change.
Yeah, it is. And the fact of like, I don't know if any of you people are NFL fans or not, but the draft is here in Green Bay this year, and my local
Mhm.
Stitchy Shop to me is just past Green Bay. It's
Mhm.
one exit after the Lambeau Fields exit. So I do not want to be anywhere near there come the middle of April to the middle of May
No.
because they're already started coming.
Yeah.
So they've already started setting up for the concerts that are going to be happening all day long during it and everything. So, I mean, Green Bay school systems getting out of school like the first week of May just because they don't want the kids in all that congestion.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
So, and the hotels are booked all the way down from Green Bay, Wisconsin, all the way down to the border. And I don't know how far north they're booked.
Oh, I would assume into Minnesota. Like,
I, I don't know how far people are like willing to drive. I mean, they're bringing in cruise ships on Lake Michigan
mhm,
for sleeping arrangements.
mhm.
So it's going to be crazy. I'm going to try to stay in my little bubble of like middle of nowhere where we live and not go to the big city to even grocery shop for those
And
couple
that's
weeks.
what I'm saying. Like, that's you live in a small town. You're
Right.
not gonna, you will not be affected. But if you were gonna go to a larger city, yeah, I would stay. I would just say stay home, stay
Right.
close to home.
Yeah. For anybody for Mother's Day weekend that normally goes out to our restaurants and that right in Oshkosh, that's 20 minutes away, but it's also only 45, 50 minutes from Green Bay. That they'll be packed.
Yeah,
So
yeah, because people are gonna be, yeah. Any hotel that's around or in Oshkosh is going to be,
within 4 hours is going to be packed.
yeah, 4 hours in any direction. It's gonna
Yeah.
be packed.
So
I don't. I can't even tell you the last time the draft was in Green Bay.
as far as I know, never. But
Yeah, it could be never. I mean, I'm assuming that it has happened at least one time, but it could be never. So that's a big deal, especially for Packer fans.
yeah.
I mean, I want to go to. I would let my dream is to be able to go. Of course, I want to go visit Nicci and be in person, but my dream is to go to Lambeau Field. But A, it's cold, and B, it costs too much money. So.
Well, and like even our fall games would be cold for you.
Yeah. I mean, I would, if I could get tickets to go, I would, because honestly, like I just stay at Nikki and Justin's, which is fine. But like if I could get tickets to go, I would go to a fall game. It's just getting there and getting the tickets to for the game. We're waffling. Let's pull numbers.
This is the first draft here.
Oh, it is. Wow. See, that's a big deal for Green Bay fans.
Yeah. I had to look it up. I'm like, I'm gonna grab my phone quick and look. All right. I've pulled up my wheel. I will spin
Okay,
one quick.
go ahead.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Mary Poppin.
That's what I'm writing because it's too big.
It's too big.
I only left myself like this much room on the paper,
I'm just not writing supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
but
I
that's
can't
what
even
it's
spell
called on
that.
Etsy.
I mean, I can, but are you doing another one?
Yep. I'm doing 3.
Okay. Your wheel is looking so small.
Good.
Year of the Snake.
I'll write it down later. And
I'm
then
writing
my
it down.
last.
The last one. Frosty.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
so
don't forget I haven't put the new 4 one from this month that I started because there's still one more I haven't started for this month. I
Mhm.
don't put those on until the next month because I have
Oh,
just
I
worked on
see.
them for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna put Year of the Snake because I have the stuff, so I have to start it. So that's one of my pulls already. So I'm gonna pull 2 more.
Okay.
It's already spinning. Oh, you can't see that. Snow globes. What? Here you go. There's your proof. It says snow globes.
She's like, no, I don't want to work on those.
No, it's fine. I mean, I haven't touched it in a while, so it's good. And my last one, Pecker Gnome.
See, talk about the Packers and they'll come up.
Well, that's good too because I need to finish that.
And Tuesday, I'll get the new polls for Whipco, so I'll know what I'm looking at for April.
I have a week to finish. Look at me. I said I wasn't going to do this myself, and I've already done it. Opening day is March 28th, so it's a week from today.
Yep. Oh, and a week from today also is Lindy Stitch's Startathon for Nashville.
Oh,
I think the tickets are still on sale right now,
really?
but I hope they will close soon. But there will be no
Is
shopping. There will be no, there will be people there, but she's not doing any shopping or I don't know what's going on with any of the designers.
mm,
But it'll be a fun weekend of stitching and just meeting new people.
mhm.
I can't be there all day Saturday, but I can be there a good chunk of the evening because that is Samantha's bridal
Well,
shop.
depending on what happens with family after,
Yeah.
I would not commit to all day
No.
for that day for you. All right, folks.
We hope you have a good couple weeks.
We do.
We will see you when we see you, obviously.
Mm-hmm. And um, yeah, let us know in the comments how you feel about having a reading, crafting, Zoom,
Sprint.
sprint, whatever. um, let us know how you feel about that. If it's something that you'd be interested in joining us for. Um, yeah, and we hope you get lots of stitching, lots of knitting, lots of whatever you're doing in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.